Hey, I wanted to bring awareness to something that we a lot of times neglect to define or give definition to, and that is shifting course. Shifting course. Because it's real important to be aware of the season whenever you are to shift courses. You have to shift your course of action. You have to shift the course that you are currently on. You have to shift from the old to the new, or from the then to the now. Okay, you have to shift, because whenever we forget to shift, a cycle can come and a cycle can go, but because we didn't shift, we're still in that same cycle. And whenever we shift, no matter what we're shifting to, we have to consciously be aware that we are shifting in order to be effective. Because sometimes we shift and we don't know we're shifting. Sometimes we find ourselves in a brand new space and we don't even know how we got there. But whenever you look back, it was the result of many shifts, a lot of shift changes. So like I'll use an analogy whenever, like if people are like working back in the day at plants, you know what I'm saying, at industries, they might have a first shift, a second shift, a third shift, a weekend shift. And these shifts will like work the hours designated, and then they would be off, but then another shift would come in and take their positions. So whenever we're in life and everything, because we are amongst the living, so we are in life, we are doing life. So with that being said, we need to just learn to do life well. But we are doing life. This car just now pulled out and just stopped in the middle of the road, coming from the driveway over there and just into the middle of a 2-lane street, and stopped because he couldn't get on over and stopped. But anyway, but yeah, because we are doing life, we have to like be familiar with the processes of life. So there is shifting. So be aware of the seasons. Pay attention to the way your life is turning, the way your life is churning, so that you can shift when necessary and recognize the shift so that you can be effective. So if you are in a bad situation, no matter what that situation may be, you are in a bad situation. You have to be aware that in order to get from that situation, you have to shift. And you may say, shifting doesn't work for me, shifting doesn't apply to me, because you could just feel like you're in a very bad situation where there is no hope. But guess what? Think back before you were in that bad situation. Because you were happy at one time, but you shifted to sadness. You had joy at one time, but you shifted to hopelessness. You had this or that at one time, but you shifted into the place where you're in right now, so you can shift back out. If you're having a bad life, then shift back to a good life. Shift back to a good life. And I don't know what that entails up for each individual person, but you have to shift. You have to shift from the state that you are in now to the state that you want to be in. You have to shift. You have to shift. You have to shift. Even in a car, if you have a stick shift, you're in first. And if you want to go to second gear, you're going to have to shift. If you want to go to third gear, you're going to have to shift. And if you don't shift, guess what? You're in a perpetual getting ready to burn your clutch out, okay? You're getting ready to burn your clutch out because you are not operating the vehicle properly. So, and that's good, because whenever you stay in that perpetual strain on that clutch or strain on your energy level, guess what? You're going to burn out. You're going to burn yourself out. You're going to burn yourself out, and you may even get to the point to where you just like totally like ruin yourself. Where you just kill yourself from just like the stressors. So yeah, y'all, just pay attention and be aware of the shifting process, because you have to shift. You have to shift. You have to shift to whatever position you want to be in. You have to shift, and it's going to take work. It's going to be a process, but you have to shift. All right. So I just wanted to talk about that a little bit and just make you aware of the shifting process. And there is a such thing as shifting. So shift and get it done. Shift and get it done. Thank you for listening, and thank you for watching.